Chapter 1591. Qianxia sighed. As I'm not stupid. I thought you would be in danger. There were coincidences in the world, but most coincidences were driven by someone such as Yanlin's game of chess. Yang Tao had been extremely lucky in both lives. Even though the beginning and the process were different, the results were the same. Was it really history correcting itself? Not really. Among all the princes who had fallen from grace, Yang Tao was the only one with 90% luck. From a certain point of view, even Jiang Pingji, who was the last to ascend the throne, was not as lucky. After she ascended the throne, she plotted against the officials, the aristocrats, and the poor families for 18 years. Long Yubin, the Empress, almost lost a son and a daughter. On the other hand, Yang Tao was a winner in life. He held a high position, had many children, and finally enjoyed his old age. Of course, luck and coincidences played a part, but there was also a lot of planning and calculation. As Yanlin's friend, Qianxia didn't dare to say he knew everything, but he knew 90% of what Yanlin had been planning. Why did Nanxing's enemy choose the small town where Yang Tao was located? Why did Jiang Pingji's troops, who were monitoring Yang Tao's remaining troops, not discover the enemy's tracks? Why did the messenger send Jiang Pingji the news that Yang Tao was rebelling with his troops before all the details were clear? To put it bluntly, this was Yanlin's plan. 30% of the time and 70% of the people had led to the current situation. All he wanted was to push Yang Tao to the safest position. Nanxing's enemy's original intention was not to attack the small town. Instead, they wanted to bypass the town and attack another place. Yanlin discovered their tracks but did not tell anyone. Instead, he secretly sent someone to contact them and deceive them with promises, such as helping them open the city and surrender. To increase his credibility, he even revealed the location of several granaries under Jiang Pingji's control. Of course, Yanlin did not know where Jiang Pingji's granaries were. This information was the most confidential of secrets. He had no right to know. However, Yanlin was born and raised in Zhangzhou. He knew very well where the granaries were. Naturally, the enemy would not be able to see through it. On one hand, he lured the enemy to the small town. On the other hand, he detained the eyes and ears of the nearby army supervisors. This would hinder their judgment and make them think that Yang Tao had made a deal with Nanxing's enemy. Thus, they would make the wrong judgment and confuse both sides. When the enemy arrived at the city, Yanlin would reason with Yang Tao and encourage him to wear leather armor for the sake of his family. He would lead his former troops and the old soldiers in the city to fight the enemy.